right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Cancer moon. We're gonna talk about it soon. So let's break it down. Moon and Cancer. Moon and Cancer. Moon and Cancer. So we're gonna start from this. We're gonna start from the house it was birthed at, which is the fourth house, the house of your domestic life, family life, shit that's going on inside the home, all type of stuff. It's whatever's going on in your comfortable space, however you define your home. That's where Cancer was birthed from. And then let's start Cancer from the bottom. So it starts in Mars. Mars is the planet of motivations, passion, aggression, basically any feeling that gets you moving. Any feeling that gets you carrying out the intentions from the sun. So it's that Cancer hates that, man. If it's freaking asleep there, man, it doesn't want to do that. It's like, oh man, I gotta have action. I gotta have all this passion and motivation, and be like, aggression. Not doing that. That's Cancer for you, man. They don't want to do that. They say fuck Mars. But moving on up, we got whatchamacallit. We got Saturn. The Cancer is away in Saturn. It doesn't really want to do Saturn. It's like a freaking extra job. It's doing it does not. Cancer just doesn't want to do Saturn, man. It has to freaking create structure. Why do I want to create structure, man? I created my shell already, so I have my sense of emotional comfortability, so I never have to do the structure again. I hate creating structure. This is half the reason why I retaliate back at you. That's how Cancer feels about Mars. And then, I mean, not Mars, and Saturn. But yeah, moving on up, we got the moon. This placement. Ooh, this is a good placement, man. It's going good. Whatchamacallit. Yeah, so being in the moon is like how you react and respond to things. It's your comfortable space. It's the seat of the soul. It's the third eye chakra. It does all the type of shit. Realize. Your real eyes has the light bulb moment. It realizes that this person is really lying to you. So what do you got to do? You got to snap their ass. But yeah, and then moving on up to the highest place, which is the exaltation, which in Jupiter, the planet of expansion through experience. This for Cancers, this is the highest place they want to be. This is the great place. This is like, oh my God, Jupiter. What can I do here? But it has to have everything below it first. It has to, unfortunately, take the action, build the structure, exist in its home, comfortable space, and then after that, it can move on and enjoy life that way, where it can expand, frolic, and create all these different new vibrations and experiences from its comfortable space. Okay, so now let's talk about Moon and Cancer, right? So off the bat, this is a great place for Cancer to be. Cancer moons love this. They feel at home naturally already. It's like, yeah, what do I got to do, man? I ain't contentious. I ain't got to do jack shit. Like it's, I mean, why did I say contentious? I mean, I guess it works, but not really. But yeah, they're pretty content here, man. They're doing their thing. And like one thing they want to do, definitely with this placement, is like they want to share this feeling of home with others. And they do it in like a couple different tiers, because you can't do it with everybody. There's like the low tier where it's just like, oh, okay, say they work in retail, right? They're going to come up to you respectfully, calmly, and be like, "Oh yeah, you look cute in that, girl." You know what I'm saying? Or to make sure the dudes feel comfortable, they're just not even gonna talk to them and be like, "You all right, sir? You like this?" They ain't gonna tell you that you look good in this or look good in that, because it's kind of weird depending on who you are. Unless it's like an old man in a freaking suit store that's just like, "Do you know what you know? Not your sneaker size, your shoe size, man. You gotta look fresh, man. You gotta look good. You gotta have this business meeting. You need that. Oh, you need a briefcase." And it's just like they know how to. I guess if it was a dude Cancer moon, they would be kind of like upselling you a little bit. But like the girl Cancer moons, man, they make sure you feel comfortable, man. They get you going. They're like a grandma from the jump, and like they do it in all types of ways. Say they live with people, right? If they live with people, they're gonna make that home feel homey as shit, man. They're gonna have the diffuser on deck with the essential oils. It's gonna be smelling nice, smelling right. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you had a bad day? Whatever, man. Let's have a spa day. We're gonna go do this." Got the bath water running with the roses, so now it's rose water. It looks a little pink. It's looking good. You're gonna be feeling great, man. After this, we're gonna have a little glass of wine. You're feeling fine. Moving on. Cancer moons love doing that shit. And I mean, they kind of, since they're like at home in the moon, they're going to be doing a lot of moonly shit. And the moon, it's like they just want to make you feel comfortable. And it's just like, more or less after that, it's the question of how they do it. Sometimes these signs have a big, like overarching, like broad influence. So it's kind of like, it can like take many shapes and forms, you know what I'm saying? And it is sort of true for all signs, but like when it's at home and it's just doing its thing, like especially Cancer, like Moon and Cancer people, like it's kind of, the vibration kind of just stays the same. And like I said, it's just picking different shape and form. So we're gonna go through and just kind of pick a bunch of shape and forms and then sort of expand into it a little differently. And like once again, the way you sort of like extract all this meaning and stuff is you just know like what the placements with this placement is, like I said, this is why I listed all the planets before so that you can go through and figure it out yourself. But anyways, let's move on. So like another thing that these like Cancer moons kind of do is like sometimes it's like if they want you to feel at home in like some way, shape, or form, they'll kind of like they got like a choice to do it. They can either like get you onto their vibration or you can get onto theirs so that they all feel home, right? And like they may not necessarily do it if the person around you has like an erratic thing, then they're definitely going to be like, okay, I can't sacrifice my own space, man. I can't have this, like it would be like sacrificing their own space would be like look at me right now. I'm wearing this Eskimo looking ass like comfy motherfucking thing. It's called the comfy, you know. If it's really, really, really cold outside and you take that cold as like erratic, like cold shoulder emotion, I'm not taking off my comfy. Why the hell would I do that? Like what am I gonna do? Get frostbite and meet Mr. Jack Frost and be like, oh, here you go, man. You frozen off my finger. Now I lost my finger. Now here you got the spirit version of my finger. Great. This isn't helping me, but like that's kind of how like Cancer moons feel if someone's being extra erratic. They're just gonna distance themselves and be like, okay, I tried. You can't say I didn't try. So now it's gonna be like it's just gonna be so they just have to, they just have to distance themselves, man, because it's gonna be more work than they picked up for. But like if it's like a good like happy space and like the other person's like pretty jovial and they want them to like feel at home and it's like an amusement park situation, then they would feel happy and hop onto your vibration and be like, oh, okay, I don't feel very good about going on like roller coasters or something, but since we're at this amusement park right here, we'd be all like, oh yeah, 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 let's go on Kingdom Come. And then like in the back of their mind they may be like, yeah, I'm not feeling it, but then it may be fun for them in like the latter place because they need to sometimes Cancer moons they spend too much time at home in their like homely vibes and they need to like get out a little bit. And I know that it has to like they have to do it on like their own volition because it's cardinal water initiating creating new ways of how to feel and add emotion to things. But like sometimes they gotta have someone else do it for them, and as long as they trust that person, they feel at home, they'll do it. And it's like, okay, cool. But like now outside of me just rambling about how this home thing can take shape and form, once they do have that like home setting and it can take shape and form, they have their nice like base layer. Like I don't want to say it's like ground they can walk on, but like for water signs they need their own, especially Cancers, they need their own water space that they can swim on, right? So once they have that, right, we can move on up to what? Jupiter, right? What is Jupiter? Expansion through experience, man. Like old ass, like how do you describe Jupiter? It's not like a father figure, but it's a wise figure because like the grandma, like make sure you're connected to the astral sea. That's Neptune. So I don't know. Let me try to think of I guess you can look at Jupiter kind of like a Rip Van Winkle type looking character that looks like a garden gnome a little bit with like the braided beard that's like super long and all. And it's except like instead of just being asleep for 100 years, it's more of like, oh, I've been like studying everything. I've traveled the world for 100 years. So it's like damn, what's that dude's name? What's the investment dude's name that wasn't with he was on the Quantum Fund, Roger something. I forget his name. But anyways, it's like Jupiter is like, it just wants to give you wisdom, except the planetary version does it through experience. So when it's like angling with this like Cancer moon sign in a way, it's kind of like, they just want to, they have all of this life experience and they want to offer it to you, So Cancer moons, like more often than not, they have like, they always just end up in like, when you kind of like just like ask people how they're doing and like the way they sort of like want to like it bounces off, like I said, how it like ascends through like the planets and stuff. Like when what they do is, I just want to catch this vibration, man, so I can relay it. But it's like the natural way that they sort of just like make sure people comfortable, it leads them to build a rapport with people, And when you build a rapport and you ask how someone's doing, the conversation just naturally flows to like, if they are comfortable with you, like the Cancer moon may have created, they'll tell you their problems, they'll tell you what's going good. And then like either if it's going good, the Cancer moon will be like, oh, I'm happy for you, that's great. Yeah. And then like, but if it's bad and you tell them their problems, they might, like just like anyone, they might have wisdom to offer you, but since they have like this Jupiter angle going on with them, it's sort of like it'll just sound so good and it'll expand into like a new way that you've never heard before, or it'll come at you in a way where it'll be like, oh man, I've heard this a couple times now, I really should do it. You know what I'm saying? And they just have that way of like, expressing the wisdom to you, even if it's something you've heard before, you know? But the difference is they are a water sign. So, like, the way it works is, like, they put enough emotional weight on it for this to hit you and be like, oh, okay, this is something I really should do, you know? And they just have that, like, it's not like, it may seem like it's a way that they're articulating it to you, but it's really them just programming the proper emotion on it to you. Because you have to remember, Cancer, cardinal water, initiating, creating new ways to feel and add emotion to things, you know? So these are like the masters of emotion, man. They're the ones that they're the ones that control the freaking vibration of the room, man. The Cancers, man. Don't let them fool you, man. But just know that, like, when it's in your moon sign, it's kind of like held back a little bit, because it's like, it's just, you know, it's placed in the reactionary planet. So they're not gonna go out of their way to do things to you. You have to, like, poke the bear a little bit. And I don't want to say poke the bear, but it's just like, you have to get them going. They're not gonna be acting on it first, unless they are a Cancer sun sign. But then that's a whole nother story. And this is a video just on Cancer moons. But anyways, let me run down the freaking the planets so you can understand this for yourself. So, Cancer. Birth from the 4th house. Okay, cool. 4th house. 4th house is home, domestic, family life. All the shit that Cancer kind of looks for. You know, moving down the planets. Jupiter, the planet of expansion through experience, you know, wisdom, knowledge, higher learning, higher meanings, higher reasonings, all type of shit in Jupiter. The moon, this planet, reacting, responding, your intuition, with basically the thing where you have those realization moments, those light bulb moments where you realize through, and then, you know, that's displacement. So you're at home. You're gonna be like, yeah, I'm at home, man. And then we have what's under that? Saturn. The Saturn Cancer is away in Saturn, so it feels like it's like you have to rebuild a freaking transmission with a monkey wrench, man. You know how much work that is, man? If you could do that, you wouldn't need to have a freaking job, man. People just be like, how do you do this? You can do it with your hands. You don't even need a monkey wrench. But yeah, that's how it feels in Saturn. It's work, man. And then Mars, the planet of action, passions, motivations, and the thing that actually carries out the intentions of the sun. That's Mars. Cancer hates that. It's got asleep, man. It doesn't want to do that. It falls in that. But anyways, that's Cancer moon for you. Hope you enjoyed it.